Alright, and as promised, here is the video for the San Diego Comic-Con version of the Titan Force set Brainstorm. You can see he's different colors than Walgreens, some different applications and things as well. And just as a quick comparison, here are the two of them side by side. The Walgreens version, as I showed off in my video review, matches the G1 toy more, whereas the Titan Force version here from Comic-Con matches the comic colors a little bit more. It's a brighter blue. It's more of a just straight powder blue. It does have the gray tipped guns versus the solid green ones that the G1 toy had. He does have, instead of the bigger Autobot symbol on the back of the seat, he has this little teensy tiny tampoed autograph symbol, which we'll see more in robot mode. And of course he's missing the wing tampos here on the wings on the underside. And also, while we're doing this, some people were complaining about these wing stickers. These are not stickers. These are tampoed on. I don't want to scratch it too much because I don't want to scratch it, but these are actually tampoed on. I don't know if you can see that, but the paint actually comes down past the molded detail there. But all the details on him are all tampoed on. They're not stickers at all. There's no stickers on this guy. And it looks like they have the same Autobot symbols there on the wings. You can see the gray on this one. It's kind of a grayish brown versus more of a straight gray here on the Comic-Con Brainstorm. Again, a lighter beige here versus the silver painted intakes there. But for the most part, like I said, physically they're the same. It's just the paint and details that make a difference. And even the headmasters, obviously they're molded in the same plastic as their larger counterparts, so there they are side by side. And you can see the Walgreens one has just a solid orange face painted on his head, whereas you can kind of see it here that the Comic-Con version has a darker orange face with a slightly lighter yellow visor there on the face. And then of course painted in a darker orange with blue eyes versus just a solid yellow face there on the Titan Master itself. Hey baby, is the thunder scaring you? So yeah. Transformation is exactly the same as the Walgreens version, which means we start off just by popping his arms out to the side, which will free us up to open up the legs, flip them down, separate them, fold the fin in, and close those up. Fold this panel up, fold that panel down, fold this down onto it. I'll pull his gun off. There we go. Pull this panel down onto his back. Pull back the arm covers. Fold his Titan Master in half and plug it on. Give him his gun. And just like on the other version, you can, of course, take this off and attach it as a shield to his arm, if you wish. Personally, I like to just leave it folded up on his back, but it is entirely up to you. Flip his feet down. And he retains, again, you can see there's now that tiny little Autobot symbol up here on his chest. A lot plainer here in robot mode. He's more of a solid blue. He does have some blue down here on his legs, which I do like. I wish maybe there was a little bit more detail here on the Walgreens version. But the blue comes down onto his legs, but aside from that, it's really just colors that separate the two of them. He's just missing the wing tampos as well. All the same articulation. The ball joint on the Titan Master head, the swivel forward and back, swivel there, wrist swivel. It does have waist swivel, ball joint hips, thigh swivel, the hinge knees, and of course there is that hinge at the foot, although it's not super effective for posing unless you're doing some really crazy extreme poses for him. Straighten his waist out here. And of course some quick comparisons as promised. We got a lot more to show off with him this time around. Let me get forgot to flip his tail fin in, but here he is in robot mode. It's okay, sweetheart. It's just the Garbage Man, I think. I don't even think it's Thunder. I think it's just the Garbage Man, baby. But there he is with the Walgreens version, side by side. Like I said, I think my ideal Brainstorm would have a color kind of like if you mixed these two, somewhere between these two shades. Not quite as teal as this, but not quite as powder blue as this one. But I think I do like the Walgreens version a little bit better overall. Although, like I said, I do like the blue down here on his legs. And size comparison with the other Brainstorms here. Let's put this up and get this out. Of course, here he is with the G1, and you can see how much closer the Walgreens version matches with him with Smart Robin, which again matches the G1 more Walgreensy color scheme with the teal and the orange. Hey, baby. Here he is with the Thrilling 30, which, as you can see, is color-wise is much closer in tone. Although that's about the color I was, like I said, somewhere between these two. It's not quite as powder blue as this one. It's not quite as teal as this one. But there they are with the Thrilling 30. Voyager, which is still a good solid figure. If you want an IDW comic-based Brainstorm, the Voyager is still a great figure. I think that just as for straight play value, I think the Titans Returns edge it out slightly for me. There's just some more satisfying, like snapping the legs closed. It just feels more substantive, but still, the Thrilling 30 Voyager is still a very great Brainstorm figure. And of course, just because I had him and I found him, there is the Toy World version of Brainstorm as well. So there you go. There's the two current ones side by side. The most recent Brainstorm, Fans Projects, Smart Robin, which is still a great solid figure as well. The Toy World one, which is, and then of course the G1, the classic G1 Brainstorm there, surrounded by all of his offspring here into the current year. So yeah, which one is right for you? Again, that really comes down to personal preference, because I think both versions of this mold are solid. Like, I haven't had any looseness issues with any of them. They all work together very well. Everything fits. The headmasters hold on very securely. I do think, personally, I prefer the Walgreens deco and color scheme a little better. Come here, sweetie. Come here. It's okay. Sorry, Val's being a little fraidy cat because of some loud noises outside. But yeah, if you want the IDW color scheme, the Titan Force is also an option for you. It's a shame that both of these are exclusive to somewhere, although, like I said, the Comic-Con version, maybe it'll show up somewhere else, like maybe at NYCC, I don't know. I don't know what any future release plans are. And the Walgreens exclusive, like I was saying before, it's only Walgreens exclusive in the U.S. I think some other retailers may carry it outside of North America and the United States, but I don't know for sure. But Walgreens exclusives are generally, once they start hitting Walgreens stores, are usually fairly easy to find, because they get one solid case of just that figure. So you'll get 8 to 12 Brainstorms in one box, and it's not mixed in with other assortments. It's not like when they put out a case pack of Wave 2 and everybody buys up all the Chrome Domes and now all that's left is Mind Wipe. Or something like that. So he should be, once he starts hitting stores, which, based on historically release patterns, he's been out at some online retailers, which means it should just be a few weeks. I've heard as late as November for Walgreens, and I don't know what the plan is, but historically, they tend to start showing up in stores within a few weeks, so maybe by the end of the month. But once he does start hitting Walgreens, you shouldn't have a problem finding him. Or at least finding someone to get one for you if you're not right near a Walgreens. But they do come out fairly plentifully when they do hit. And like I said, I don't know what any further release plans are for this one over here. Both good, both solid. It really comes down to which deco you prefer. Like I said, me personally, I'm a big fan of the Walgreens version, I think, over the Comic-Con version. But it really comes down to what you're looking for in a Brainstorm figure. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. We got Vulcan coming up. Make Toys Vulcan is here, so we'll have that all done and ready for you sometime in the next few days.